years.
I don't think anybody's a fan of mosquitoes.
And like, who wants a mosquito? And then like, or like a villa that's like the window, the doors are like a quarter of an inch. I guess it'd be like what, half a centimeter between that and the ground. And it was like, obviously mosquitoes, obviously bugs, obviously AC. It's all getting in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So just from like even from a cost perspective on AC, it makes more sense to just have like proper windows. But I think a lot of developers, they cut so many costs and they don't build like these proper doors, proper windows and stuff like that. So one of my inspirations for the Mermaid House was just like bringing in that higher standard. And now that I've been doing villa tours, which is schools, you actually do see that some places do have the higher quality doors, for example, and some places do have that, but you still definitely see expensive villas that have like cut costs and like just basically driving their guests insane because they're like, I just spent so much money to rent this place, and yet there's mosquitoes buzzing around my ears every night, you know?
Let's talk about that. What's some of the top three best villas that you've toured so far?
Yeah, I don't even know the name of this villa, but I just visited one the other day. Wow. It was 11 rooms, 2 villas, 1 property. You could rent both for daily 6,800 USD for both, for daily. Just spectacular. Like the quality of the villa, spaciousness. It had its own gym. It had like it's designed to be like obviously a place for super rich people, or it's like a wedding venue or something like that.
Oh, you said 11 villas.
11 rooms.
11 rooms. Is this in Paranon?
Kinda. Just after Paranon.
Is it like big white building?
No.
No.
It actually has a very like it has a very Indonesian style. Like you can see the artwork's Indonesian and stuff. The irony there is it's only 2 years old, but you can just tell by the marble finishing is like so well done. It has like a private theater. And normally I'm not so into personally I like more like modern architecture and stuff. But when something is done on that quality level and the art is done very like how do I say this? Tastefully, where they're incorporating some modern finishings, but they're incorporating some of the local styles. It works. It worked really well in that villa. But yeah, that would probably be one of the best ones. The other one was completely modern. This was Villa Miliwe in Ubud. It was spectacular. It had like the glass ceiling pool. It had a hidden room. Like there's like a bar that you push the library door open, and then there's like a little bar inside.
That's sick.
It also had a stripper pole too in the master suite. Yeah, and
That's been built by Russians.
I think that was actually a Canadian and a local Indonesian woman. The irony there was they were like, funny enough, they were kind of upset with me because, so the architect and the builder of the building got me in there to do a tour. And sometimes, you know, sorry social media, sometimes some of the videos are a bit staged. We have access to a really cool villa and we bring in a cool model to do like the villa tour. And it's more engaging if she says she's the one living there, right? If I say like, oh, blah, 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 she's, you know, just pretending to live there, it's not going to have the same flow. So the architect just said, oh, it's like $700 or $1,000 per day. So we make these videos pretty quickly. So I said, okay, why don't we say it's $20,000 per month? Shouldn't have been a big deal, right? $700 per day times 30 days per month, $20,000 per month. The owner of the villa was messaging me and messaging the DM, trolling me and trolling the model, saying like she doesn't actually live there, and like it's actually we don't rent it by the month. And in my view, she should have just been like, when people reach out to her to rent the place, she should have said, just clarified at that point, oh sorry, this was just a social media video. The actual rent is $700 per day right now, but we don't rent it by the month. I mean, I'm sure that they rent it by 21 days or whatever. So, but she was just like, it's not by the month. She was commenting on like everyone's response. It's not by the month. But I'm like, I'm doing you a favor by getting you millions of views. Why don't you just like let that flow of traffic and then deal with, you know, the clarification when it actually matters. So I was a little bit like upset about that.